are prepared to break the silence. I'll be out in the sunshine, running beside the lions. I've been feeling down, but I've been looking up, afraid to fall. God, I've been so down, can you pick me up? Don't let me fall. Can you show me how to fix this mess? I am down and on my knees, and I may fall as I'm so close to the end.
How are we all doing? Welcome back to Turf Moor TV, and we are back with another match preview. We are previewing this Saturday's game, and I'm more nervous about this one than I were about Luton, about Millwall, about Watford, because now that Colin's in, I'll call him just Colin for short. Now that, obviously, as we all know, Warnock is back at Huddersfield, and if anyone's going to try and shithouse a win against us, I don't really need to say the rest. To be honest, I think Ryan's obviously going to be in hope of that, you know, and back-to-back wins would be great, I'm sure. But we shall see. We shall see. We've been off the pace a little bit. That said, that leads me nicely with what I just said there. I'd like to say a massive thank you to Alan Pace and his staff and everyone at Burnley Football Club. As some of you well know on socials, I've been able to put myself, well, I applied to be part of a fan advisory board, and I was accepted to be on it. We had our first meeting the other day, and it went brilliantly. We got to meet with Alan, and it was just, yeah, everything went really well. We all introduced ourselves, and things are looking good at the club. And I think a lot of people who have had opinions on Alan Pace, he's proven the doubters wrong. He's proven the doubters wrong. I will give you that. Can't say too much, but he's proving everybody wrong. Even some that were in there said that they doubted him at first, but here we are. So, yeah, just a massive thank you for that. And if there is any concerns from any supporters regarding any issues at Turf Moor or from a fan perspective, drop us a DM on all our socials. They are running along the bottom there, as you can see. And Diddy Dan saying a nice big heart to you as well. If you could, as I said, follow us on all our socials, and then you can give us a DM. Here's a place of where you can DM us if you do have any of those issues that you need to bring up. Also, where you can actually give us a follow and subscribe and all that jazz. Here is the necessary things you need to do. So thank you very much. If you, like, as I say, they are all the socials you can get in touch with us on. As I said, Facebook, Insta, Twitter, TikTok and Twitch, but we don't really mess with TikTok, to be honest. I've sort of put that one on the back burner. It's so time consuming, and doing this is time consuming, but I'd rather be doing this, bringing you the content, than, I don't know, editing some Namba 16 video into TikTok and making sure it looks decent. Either way, if you do appreciate it, I know a lot of you have been appreciating us in the watch-alongs, so thank you so much for that. And for people that have been listening to us on podcast platforms, which, if you are, this will be available on podcast platforms. In fact, I'll be in your ears right now if you're listening to this. So please do support us. And if you are watching us currently right now, then drop us a like and subscribe to the channel. And without further ado, I must bring in the man of the moment, Huddersfield's finest, Ryan Mather, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello,
How are you doing?
I'm all right, thank you. Hope you're well, and thank you for having me on. And it's always a pleasure to be on here and obviously give my own thoughts and opinions. And big up for asking me on.
No, anytime. As I say, it's always good to get an opposition fan's perspective on things and how they see things from the outside looking into us as well, not just Huddersfield. But you've got your own channel, as you've got in your name there as well, Huddersfield Town Fan TV. Great channel, up and coming, rolling with the punches amongst the Huddersfield faithful. But you are doing really well, mate, and I think you should give your channel a good old plug.
Yeah, it's going really well, to be honest with you, down my channel. Like I say, since I brought back the live shows, it really has given my channel a lift again, you know, because a lot of people have come in, and I've actually been quite surprised with how many people have actually come in, actually. But, you know, I think that people like live interactive chat, don't they, rather than maybe watching a pre-recorded. But yeah, obviously do, you know, match reviews, match previews. Sometimes a fan cam on match days. You know, I'm not consistent with that just yet. But you know, I have done the odd one. And yes, so you can follow me on my so you can follow me on my socials if you wish. HTFTV8 on Instagram and Twitter. And of course, come over and subscribe to my channel as well, Huddersfield Town Fan TV. On the road to 300 subscribers, which again, I still can't believe I'm saying that, but yeah, I am. I never expected to get 100, never mind nearly 300 now. So yeah, it's incredible, really. I'm really blown away by everybody's support.
No, you're doing a great job, mate, and keep it up, whatever you're doing, because it's working. The fans are loving it, and it's amazing what happens when you get a Burnley player in on loan. That's all I'm going to say. But let's have a look in the chat then at what people are saying. By the way, just to add, before I do look through the comments, as you can now see at the bottom of your screen, please do follow our guest. The links to Ryan's Instagram and YouTube and Twitter is in the description of this video. So please do go check them out and go show your support. Whether you support Huddersfield or not, football's a universal language. Go show your support. I really would appreciate it. Right, let's have a look at what you duffers have been saying in the chat. By no means do I mean duffers in a negative way, by the way. I'm in a chirpy mood tonight. I've had good news regarding my dad and things like that, and it's just, yeah, I'm in a positive mood. So good evening to yourself, Henry. Says good evening, Dan and Ryan. Matt's in, wherever Ryan is. Matthew is as well. Big up to yourself, Matthew. Really appreciate it. From one Dan to another evening, Mr. Barrowanto. Hope you are well. George is in as well. Huddersfield Town supporter. Hope you are well, George. Big Bad John. He says, "What's up, Danny boy? You okay?" I am fan dabby doozy. I am feeling good. And no, I haven't had a beer, and I'm not full of E numbers. I'm just in a good mood. Stream Elements bots running. Whoop whoop. People saying hi to each other. Pete Aston's in all the way from New Zealand. Up the Clarets indeed. Big Rich is in. Anthony's brother. He says Burnley 4, Huddersfield 0 is going big scoreline this weekend. We shall see. And there's never always going to be a Forest fan follow where Huddersfield is. Like they didn't create enough demands. They have to come in, don't they? He says, good evening, Dan. Congratulations on your role, by the way. Massive respect. No, I appreciate that. I don't know why I'm putting my hand on there when my heart's on the side where the Burnley badge is, but appreciate it. Thank you so much, and a massive respect to yourself. Unfortunately, yes, I do have to do community service with your brother tonight. So, yeah, he is on the show, fortunately. Jokes aside, no, we are 9 o'clock. We're back. So join us again then as well. Claret One's in. Hello to yourself. Hope everything is good with you. Aiden's in and says, hi, Dan and Ryan. Hope you're both okay. I listened to Neil Warnock's press conference and it's got me positive for Saturday. As I said, it's nervy for me. I hate Warnock. I hate him, and it's just this sort of game. It's infuriating. I'll feel like this until whistle goes, and then we'll see. Tom says, good evening, you two. I'm in the pub on a stag do and we're all watching the stream. Get in. Get in. That's how you want to spend a stag do. That's how you want to spend a stag do, looking at us. And I don't know whether Kate's saying this to me or to you, but I mean, either way, sharing is caring. Hope you're well, babe, and thank you for putting your comment in from upstairs. So thank you. Rat. Now that the meet and greet's gone with everybody in the comments, keep getting your predictions in, by the way. Let us know how you think this game is going to pan out. But Ryan, speak to us about the start of the season. I know we've obviously spoken before in the we were the first game of the season, so we didn't really have anything to go off apart from last season. But Carlos went, Bromby and everybody decided to go for cheap options, and I've seen many a rant on your channel. I mean, it starts off as just a conversation that slowly filters into a 10-15 minute, like, I can't stop myself, this is happening. But are the good times coming back? I know you can't say that on the back of one result, but from the beginning of the season to where you are now, how's it been for you? Apart from painful.
Yeah, this season's been a complete disaster, and I go back to the summer. We should have just backed Carlos a bit and kept him, but of course we didn't back him, and then he obviously ended up leaving. Then we obviously appointed Danny Schofield, who again was thrown under the bus for me. He was nowhere near ready for the job, but the club knew he would say yes, so they asked him, and that didn't work out. And then Bromby comes out and says that it's a big appointment, important appointment, this next one. And he goes for another rookie who, to be quite frank, I'm going to say he's the worst manager I've ever seen and the most disliked manager that I've ever known coming to Huddersfield, to be honest with you.
Are you following him?
Yeah, I couldn't take to him at all, Dan. He was just his demeanour and everything, just not for me. One of those arrogant people who seems to think he's the bee's knees, if you could say so, and he's not. He's awful. So he obviously completely disrupted the dressing room, absolutely shattered the confidence of these players. I do believe that because it just looked, you could just tell, and then obviously we got rid of him finally. My only concern with that is I know we got them 2 good results over Christmas, but had we have not got those, he probably would have gone sooner, which maybe have been a blessing in disguise. But it is what it is. Obviously, Neil Warnock's coming now, and he's given us a real big lift. But players and fans alike. And on Saturday, it was unbelievable. It really was. The atmosphere was outstanding, and it's just given the feel-good factor back. And we all need to be pulling in that same direction from now until the end of the season. 14 cup finals for us to get out of this, and if anybody can do it, Neil Warnock certainly can, and I've got every faith in him. Even if he doesn't, at least we're going to go down fighting, whereas before we wouldn't have been going down fighting. So, a big disappointing season. It's unforgivable, really, isn't it, compared to where we were last season? Obviously, 90 minutes away from the Premier League to this. Recruitment's been shocking, to be honest with you, and ultimately, the off-field decisions have well and truly cost us this season. They really have, and we are in the mess we are thanks to the board. Absolutely terrible.
I mean, you started there with Fotheringham. Said you can't stand him. Nobody could understand him because they didn't know what accent he was speaking in, for a start. But again, the cheap option, for all the good work that the board have done, apart from Lee Bromby. I mean, what we're called what's he called? It's chairman.
Dean Hoyle.
Yeah, Dean Hoyle. I had Dean in my head, but I couldn't think of the last bit. I thought, what Dean Hoyle did previously, when he came in, he was sort of a bit of a benefactor. I'll help out, but then ended up taking on the full role, as you said previously. Had it got to a point with him as well where he sort of had gave up and said, right, well, fend for yourselves a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, Dean, obviously, obviously looking to sell the club now, as you know, Dan, and I think it's mainly because fans have been really quite loud on their opinions against Dean, really, in terms of, being against him, if you could say so. Now, I don't necessarily agree with completely going against him because, without him, we wouldn't be, he saved us, in terms of coming back in again when Phil Hodgkinson, obviously, his company went bust, and didn't need to do that. So, and obviously what he's done prior, obviously he's never been the biggest spender. We know this, but look, he's still done a very good job since he's been in charge, really, to be honest with you. But so it's got a bit sour there. So I think he was kind of thought. I think he just felt like, yeah, I just feel like I just want to sell the club now. So. Yeah, it's one of those, but like I say, I really don't know who we're going to be able to get in at this point. Obviously, believe probably will have to be, when we know which league we'll be playing in, because of course, many owners potentially may not want to take on a League One club if that's what it comes to. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a case of waiting and seeing with that one, but end of the season most likely.
No, I mean, some of your, Terriers faithful are in. Aidan says his prediction, call me crazy, but I think it'll be Burnley 1, Huddersfield 2. Burnley, Ashley Barnes for us, Danny Ward and Anthony Knockout. I'll tell you who has a good record against Burnley at Turf Moor, Jordan Rhodes.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I think I was reading it earlier. He's scored in all 3 of his league appearances against Burnley at Turf Moor, netting 3 goals. So it wouldn't surprise me if there is a little bit of element of seeing Jordan Rhodes start. And I'm sure he'll get a bit of stick from us due to his time with Blackburn as well. Standard. Andrew's in as well. Hope you're well. He says, gutted I'm not there on Saturday for the slaughter of the Terriers. That I thought you'd be down. But fair enough. Hopefully you'll be able to watch it, whatever you're up to and wherever you are. Aidan says if we still had Mark Fotheringham in this match, it would have been a rugby score.
Absolutely.
Tom says on another day, Ryan, we win Saturday. Matthew says finger crossed to see our club winning, but it may be impossible. Luke says awful season. Carlos should have been backed. Danny Schofield was rushed just to get a manager in. And Mark Fotheringham, well, just doesn't know football management. And a question here from Henry. I hope you're well, Henry. It says, have you resigned yourself for being relegated, Ryan, or do you see some hope you can escape like Houdini?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for this question, Helen. And I've got to admit, since Neil Warnock's come in, we have been lifting. Of course, the result on Saturday really has helped us, but it's still going to be a tall order. It's going to be the great escape, really, for me. But I do have some belief. You've got to have some belief, I must admit, especially with Neil Warnock. He knows what he's doing, of course, and he's been there before, seen there, done it, and everything. So you've got to have a bit of confidence. We know it's going to be difficult, but look, if we keep doing what we're doing, obviously, build on Saturday, we've got a good chance. There's no question about that. Of course, we have got a big game against Cardiff, the penultimate game of the season. So, yeah, if we're in maybe 1 or 2 points away from them, we win there. But yeah, I have a bit of confidence. You've got to do, especially with Neil Warnock in charge now, definitely.
I mean, and obviously, I know you were hoping that Neil Warnock could come out of retirement and come back to Huddersfield. I know you were screaming for that from the rooftops before the appointment. In fact, I think I saw a tweet that morning saying, please, 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 Warnock, come and save our club or something along them lines. And then within an hour, 2 hours, the club reported that Neil Warnock had taken charge. And all I could think of was Ryan is going to be sat in, not even sat, he's going to bounce off all 4 walls in his house. He's just going to be like, yes, time is now changing. I mean, having that appointment is massive for your club at this pivotal time.
Yeah, absolutely. And I said it in my many videos, Dan, he was the only man to get us out of this mess, really. I mean, I do like the idea of if we do stay up, maybe a Chris Wilder project coming up in next season, but just depends where we are. But obviously, yeah, Neil Warnock, it kind of felt surreal at first when it was announced, because even though I wanted him so much, and of course he was really favourites in the odds, we just, as fans, at Town, we didn't really know what we were going to do, because to be honest with you, we've lost complete faith of the ball, so we didn't know what they were doing. They were going to do next. To be honest with you, so I know Neil Warnock were linked, but yeah, I didn't really exactly expect it, but yeah, obviously when it happened, yeah, I really was buzzing that when I saw it. So yeah, it's one of those. We'll have to see what happens, but you know, Neil Warnock. Obviously, I managed to meet Neil Warnock on Saturday. It was a pleasure, by the way, a very real honour of meeting him, it was a very, very, very good. You know what? Yeah, and I go back to it. You know, on Saturday, we were all the same. The first time I'd walked away from that stadium with a big smile on my face. Everyone was smiling around me, of course, and it was just a lovely change from what we've had to put up with this season. It really was, because it's just been a complete and utter nightmare. It really has. But yeah.
No, I mean, Henry says, do you see any banana skin games on your running, Dan? To be honest with you, the Watford game, the Millwall game, the Luton game, I thought if we're going to lose, it's going to probably be against one of those three that are in that, you know, top 10 hunt for the playoffs. And we've managed to successfully take a point at Millwall, which, to be fair, we should have put them to bed early 5 or 10 minutes. I mean, at half-time, when you're going in at half-time with 75% possession and it's still 0-0, you just know it's not your day. So to take a point, I'd have took one before kick-off. I was happy with that. The Luton game, we deserved the 3 points in that one for me. The Watford draws, well, we were second best. So these are the games, though. These that are coming up. A lot of people going, we've got through them now. We've got Huddersfield, sort Fleetwood out in the cup, and then you've got Blackpool, then you've got Wigan and Hull, and everyone's like, them games just take care of themselves. Don't take too lightly to these teams. Hull started this season terrifically well, was doing really well up there, and then all of a sudden fell off. But they've got players in their ranks that are capable of getting a result. As we saw, Huddersfield, even though they are where they are in the division at the moment, still, after going 1-0 down against Birmingham, turned this game on its head, which just goes to show that Warner has really done something with them. And again, these teams at the bottom now, with only 14 games, know it's squeaky bum time. Every single game is a game where you tighten things up, lace your boots up, make sure your shin pads are on, because you're going to get kicked, you're going to get knocks, and you are going to have to play through it and literally, like Warnock would say, die for them 3 points. And we're seeing it with, you know, Huddersfield. We've seen Wigan get a good few results. So these aren't bankers. For me, these games aren't bankers at all. And I think every game is going to be tough from now till the end of the season. I still won't sit here and say we're going up. I really want to. Deep down, I'm like, yeah, it's pretty much like everybody else is saying. But I don't want to bring myself to do it because I don't want to peak too soon. But we'll see. We'll see. Clark One says, watch Warnock's pre-match. Nothing but praise for us, which is great. But then yet again, is that reverse psychology? Big 'em up, and then hopefully, you know.
It's not.
I don't know.
I'm not being biased, but it's not. He's genuine, he's Warnock, and he meant every word of what he said about, you know, because I was listening to it today, actually. So, yeah, everything he says seems very sincere to me. He really does. And, yeah, so he did praise you a lot. So, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Aidan says, down what game can Burnley get promoted? It was originally going to be, I think, Wigan. We could confirm promotion. But because of the teams around us getting points, like Borough and Sheffield United keeping that points gap to so far, it could technically go to the Blackburn game. But, I mean, that would be good, getting promoted at Ewood Park. Yeah. However, if we beat Fleetwood in the Cup on Wednesday night, then we are into the quarterfinals, and the date of the quarterfinals is the same day as the Blackburn game. So the Blackburn game would have to be moved. But we then have Sheffield United coming up as well, still to play at Turf Moor. So that could be a game where things change a little bit. I'm not too fussed who we get promoted against. I just want us to get promoted. and get back to the Premier League riches that you succumb to when you gain promotion. The only thing I'm not looking forward to is VAR. It can swivel on them and swivel again and then take a full 360 and do another swivel and then piss off and go. Once it's got to that point of can't piss off no more, piss off a bit further. I hate VAR. Hate it. That's the only thing I'm not looking forward to next season. Henry says, I was just about to say, what have you been top of the league for so long? But that's why I said banana skin. There's always going to be one or two games that could prove to be hiccups. Definitely could. Definitely could. George says, Huddersfield have 2 tricky games with Coventry and Bristol City both at home in the weeks to come. Yeah, again, Coventry have been playing pretty well. Bristol City have started putting some results together as well. It's gonna be tough, but it's like you said, Ryan, isn't it? That every game's a cup final now, and you've literally got to play for the win.
Absolutely. I know that obviously George said the two tricky games here with Coventry and Bristol, but we're at home. You know, we need to, you know, if we can keep that atmosphere up, and, you know, that really did help the lads on Saturday, actually. The atmosphere was so much better.
I saw that video that Warnock did where he turns to the fans and he's like, come on, can get involved.
I know. It was just unbelievable. You could just feel the positive buzz. So if we can keep that up. So yeah, them 2 home games coming up, we have to be winning both of those. And there's no reason why we can't if we apply ourselves like we did against Birmingham. So yeah, all tricky games in the league though, you know, obviously every game's a tricky game. So you just got to, keep just playing your football and just keep battling away as we have done so far with Warnock, obviously first game. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Luke seems to be on the wind up here. He says Lewis O'Brien was the leader for Huddersfield last season. He was the midfielder who did the dirty work, the hard tackling, dictating the midfield about massive loss. It's all well and good saying massive loss when you steal the players and then you're on about loaning them to Blackburn. And I don't get it, me. But he says, which game was your best game of the season so far, Ryan?
Oh, I mean, to be honest with you, Henry, there's not been many best games at all. To be honest, I've not really enjoyed any of this season. To be honest with you, if I'm honest, you know what? I'd have to say Saturday, the Birmingham game. I know, obviously, it was just the overall day. That was the best game I've been to, and come away from feeling the most positive I've ever been since last season. So it has to be the Birmingham game for me.
No, that's a good one. I mean, Aidan says as well, Ryan, if you was Neil Warnock, would you go with 5 at the back?
No, I think we should stick with what we're doing here, and I do like the 3-5-2, because obviously if you are defending, your wing backs just slot in as a back 5. So technically you are playing a back 5, but you know what I mean. So I think you have to. I think the 3-5-2 is the way forward for us, to be honest with you. But yeah.
No, Henry says was trying to be positive.
Yeah, I know you was, Henry. I know you was, but yeah, but I have thought of positive. Saturday was a big positive, so there we are.
Massive.
Yeah.
Massive one. Luke says, yes, Dan, the Premier League is great, buddy, fantastic. You'll love it next season. We know all about it. You've just had a taste of it. You've just had a taste of it. Don't worry. I'm looking forward to it if that's what's to come. Jade's in, and being a Yorkshire lass, she will clearly be open and rooting for Huddersfield, of course. But hope you're well, Jade. Hope everything is well with yourself, and appreciate it. I mean, we said there, let's speak about Saturday's game then. The game against Birmingham. Obviously, at home, you'd have been there. How was the atmosphere? How was the game itself? After going 1-0 down, was it almost like that feeling you've had all season of just feeling deflated and going from deflation to elation within, a matter of moments?
Yeah, like I say, it was the best atmosphere we've had this season, no doubt about it. And obviously the highest attendance as well, by the way, nearly 20,000 there. Yeah, so I think Neil Warnock brought some. In fact, I definitely brought a lot of excitement. You could just sense the excitement building up to this game, really, against Birmingham, to be honest with you. So, no surprise for me to get that attendance in the stadium. Unbelievable noise. But yeah, obviously, when we did go 1-0 down, I was fearing the worst a bit. But you know what? When we did go 1-0 down, there was still no moans and groans or boos from the crowd. We kept supporting, and we kept trying to go on the front foot. I've never seen us attack so much in my life, this season especially. I mean, I just couldn't believe it. I mean, you look at this, having 7 shots on target is, when we couldn't even manage. Well, we had 1 against Stoke the previous game, so yeah, it was just like two contrasting games really in terms of two contrasting sides compared to the Birmingham and the rest, pretty much the rest of the season really, but. Obviously we bounced back. What a beautiful goal by Hungbo. I mean, Hungbo has come in January, of course, from Watford on loan, and actually he's really looked good to me, and he's looked lively when he's been on, and actually deserves that goal. But what a goal that was, and that really, really revved up the crowd even more, if you could say so, when that went in. And obviously then, and then obviously we kept going, trying to make things happen. It was so good, and then obviously we got a goal again just after half time, perfect. And then of course, but what I did like about Saturday is that when we did go 2-1 ahead, the mentality was to keep going and try and get another goal, which is, we've seen it time and time again this season. We've gone 1 goal ahead and sat back.
Sat on that. Yeah.
But Neil Warnock doesn't accept that. He won't accept that at all. So but yeah, the energy, the work rate, the passion, everything was back. It was just unbelievable. I mean, it was, and of course, it was a very nervy end to the game with 12 minutes added on at the end. It was like going back to the World Cup all over again with them extra minutes. But so there was a serious injury to Christian Bielek, who, of course, is a very good player for Birmingham City. But yeah, it looked like he'd broken something for sure, because he was down for a while. Obviously, he was stretched off. So, yeah, best wishes to him. But it was just the perfect day. It was needed though as well. It was needed because we knew how big it was, and I couldn't fault anything from Saturday. The only thing I could potentially fault is obviously Birmingham had their chances as well, I must admit, and obviously had a glorious chance via Troy Deeney, and I'm not sure how we missed it, but I always say you earn your own luck in this game, and I think that we earned a bit on Saturday. We did, the way we applied ourselves, the way we performed, and obviously Neil Warnock coming around after the game as well. It really was goosebump kind of, quite emotional actually, to be honest with you, Dan, because we've had a really difficult season, as you know, and you could see obviously Neil Warnock, quite emotional as well. So it was a really.
I had to laugh because he walked around the whole pitch. Yeah. And he's clapping, and you just hear him go, I'm too old for this.
Yeah, I know, but what a legend. I love him, and no matter what, I'll always appreciate him coming in and giving it a good go. We'll give it a good go to try and stay up for sure. So, what a legend, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of a dying breed of managers that doesn't take no for an answer, won't take any shit, and try and put things right. Just a couple of stats then ahead of this weekend's game. Burnley are unbeaten in their last 8 league matches against Huddersfield Town, winning 5 and drawing 3. That was since a 2-1 defeat in November 2013, so literally 10 years ago. Huddersfield have won one of their last 11 league visits to Turf Moor, winning 1-0 in February 2013 under now Coventry manager Mark Robbins. Burnley have scored in each of their last 30 league games, their Claret's longest ever scoring streak in their league history. Huddersfield have won just 2 of their last 16 away league games and are winless in their last 5 in a row. And as I said earlier, Jordan Rhodes has scored in all 3 of his league appearances against Burnley, but we don't want to read that one. Ignore that. Ignore Jordan Rhodes and his arseholeness. I mean, let's see what Tom says here. Tom's gone for a lineup already. I mean, looking at that lineup, would you agree with Tom's lineup, or how would? Well, in fact, I'll rearrange it. How would your lineup be for the game if you were to choose?
Yeah, I mean, from what my understanding, Tom, by the way, Pearson is not going to be risking this one. Neil Warnock pretty much said it in his press conference today that, in all due respects, he kind of said it was we can't afford to risk players against Burnley. Like I say, it's kind of a free hit for us, on Saturday, to be fair. So, so Pearson won't be in. So, I do like the lineup, and I would actually switch out. I put Ben Jackson. Obviously, Lawton can't play on Saturday, which is a big blow for us, really, because even though he's not been, come on, Burnley, you should have let him. You should have let him play against you guys. Come on, it's harsh, but yeah, obviously, certainly played a lot better on Saturday when Neil won. Obviously, Neil won the first game, but I'd probably put Ben Jackson in there. So I'd definitely go for a 3-5-2. So let's go through the lineup. Obviously, Bila Kapic to start, definitely. Lees, Heelick, and Jackson. I know Jackson doesn't usually play as a free centre halves, but I feel like he can definitely do that job. Headley definitely been outstanding since he's come in. Obviously Redoni, Kasumu, and on the right. I mean, this is a tricky one because who do we play on the right wing back now? Obviously Lawton. This is the tricky side because we haven't really got many options, to be honest with you. Probably put Ruffles in there then. And then obviously up top, I would definitely go Humbo and Danny Ward because that partnership, on Saturday was really good actually. They complement each other very well, Humbo and Ward, to be honest with you. Humbo, a lot of pace, and Ward obviously constantly trying his hard, but I think that obviously Ward's not got as much pace, but obviously, Ward can knock on to Humbo, and obviously it's got. So yeah, I think that'd be my lineup, and I think I've got 11 there.
Yeah, you definitely did. I was counting on all the fingers. Yeah. So yeah, you definitely had 11. Definitely had 11. And before anybody asks, I don't have 11 fingers. I was doing the counting for him though, because I knew Ryan would have said Ava.
In fact, no. I'm sorry. I need to switch it up again. No, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna put.
There's been an injury in the warm up.
I'm not gonna put Ruffles in there because let's not forget, Kasumu was played at right wing back on Saturday. He did, even though it's not his natural position. I would certainly put him in there, which means then obviously frees up another. I actually forgot on. I don't think I got 11 there. So let's just start with the lineup again, if you don't mind.
Go on,
sorry,
go for it.
So Bila Kapic definitely starts. Lees, Heelick, and Jackson. Kasumu, Redoni, Hogg, Kamara, and Headley, with Humbo and Danny Ward to lead the line. So yeah, obviously the only change I've made is obviously to Lawton, who's had to come out because of that. But that's the only. You can't really change the side like obviously the way we start. Obviously, you can't really change the starting 11. Like I say, we performed really well on Saturday, so why change it? So yeah, that's my lineup. We got there eventually. I do apologise.
we got there. Claret One says, Ryan, are you going to the game?
I am going. I've got my ticket. Of course, I'll be going. I'm looking forward to visiting Turf Moor. I may be saying something different come 5 o'clock when I'm walking away to the point. But I always do like coming to Burnley. It's a good away day, to be honest with you, and obviously not too far to travel either. So yeah, I'll be there.
No, I'm looking forward to it. As I say, I'll be there myself. So hopefully we can meet up at common ground at the cricket pitch, and then. Because I think that's where home fans and away fans can sort of mingle. And fingers crossed it'll be all right in there. It normally is. But we'll be able to finally meet up and have a pint of 10. It's going to be good anyhow. It's going to be good. I'm looking forward to this. Because as much as it's Burnley Huddersfield, it's also Lancashire versus Yorkshire. Let's not forget that. It's a Battle of the Roses clash, and may the best colour win. Who are you not looking forward to facing? Because I know there's a few names that Burnley have done pretty well recently. Teller's back from injury as well. Rory found his form again. But who for you is a standout that you're not looking forward to?
You know what? I look at your side, and to be honest with you, you've got quality all over. I do certainly like Zahuri, if that's how you pronounce it, a very good player. And of course, not forgetting Ashley Barnes, who, if he gets a chance, he'll certainly score. And so yeah, I'm looking at your team, to be fair, and it's just full of quality. You know, Vitinho's been good. Obviously, Scott Twine. Yeah, I mean, I could just say every single player. I mean, let's just go for a couple. Barnes, Zahura, Brownhill's a good one in the central of the park. Definitely going to be interested to see how that battle works out in the middle of the park between our midfielders and yours. But yeah, you've got so much quality, Dan, like I say. So I don't necessarily feel like it's just a couple. I think we're going to keep an eye on a lot of your players because, yeah, the table doesn't lie, and you have impressed me this season. And you know, make no mistake, it's going to be a really tough game for us. But yeah, we're going to give it our best shot. We're going to battle and battle for every ball, that's for sure. And yeah, we'll just see what happens. But yeah, it's a big challenge, this.
Aidan says, every Burnley player I'm not looking forward to playing. Yeah. And then Tom gives it the old Yorkshire war cry. Henry asks a question here saying, do you agree with having tickets on digital and not paper tickets, as it stops those who don't have a mobile but still support the club? For me, I think clubs do both. I think clubs now offer a service where you can still get the QR code sent to your phone, but you still get sent the paper ticket just in case. And I think it's good if you can do both, because if you don't have the digital, then fair enough, you still got the paper ticket. But then for those as well, if they're like, oh shit, I've left my ticket at home. I've got the app. Although it probably wouldn't work at Burnley because the internet issues outside that stadium are shite. They are shite. They are poor. They are poor. We have got Huddersfield Wi-Fi. It's pathetic.
Hey, less about you.
Hey, I thought I'd stick one in there. I'd stick one in there. But no, it's going to be a good game. I'm really looking forward to it. And who do we have to look out for from a Huddersfield perspective?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we have got some players that I really like. I said, I mentioned Hungbo. Hungbo's been a real live wire since he's coming, so definitely him. Obviously, I expect him to start up front, obviously in his new position, because we haven't really seen. Really, he's meant to, you know, he's kind of a winger, but you know, to be fair, he did a very good job as a striker with Danny Ward. So for me, Hungbo definitely, because he offers that. He's got a lot of pace. He's got a lot of skill, and yeah, he's looked really good. Other players, yeah, obviously got to mention obviously Jonathan Hogg. Yeah, he's always going to get a tackle in there for sure. I've really been impressed with Heelick, obviously, you know, who was coming in the summer. That was one of our best signings, really, to be honest with you, bringing him in, full of experience in the Championship. But yeah, I mean, I've always been a big fan of Radoni as well, you know, because he's done everything right but score at the moment, which obviously, you know, but he does look really good. And yeah, I feel like it's going to come here under Neil Watt. I think he's going to get a goal. I'm not saying it's going to be sad, but I'm definitely going to say he's going to get a goal in the remaining games, I think. But yeah, like I said, we don't have the qualities that you have, of course we don't, but we have got some players that will just keep, you know, especially now with Neil Warnock, obviously, they'll just give 100%. You know, we've never had...
Yeah.
I just feel we've never really had the best players. We've always been on that togetherness, team spirit, you know, and working out for one another. And that's what we're renowned for, really, usually. So, yeah, obviously, Danny Ward, obviously, I want to look out for, because he looked quite... You know what? Danny Ward looked really sharp on Saturday. You know, he's struggled this season as Danny, to be honest with you. And obviously, he has had his injury issues as well. But that was the best... That was the best I've seen him since last season, to be honest with you. Even that brief spell, obviously. So, yeah... few names there, but yeah, we just have to see. But obviously, up against top quality players, these players are going to be as effective. But yeah, we'll give it a good go, like I say, and that's all you can ask, isn't it? So
it is. Luke says, has Jordan Smith made a start yet?
No, he hasn't. No, he was on the obviously he was on the bench on Saturday, but yeah, no, he's not made a start yet.
Claret One says the only person we have to look out for is Warnock.
Yeah, Warnock.
That I agree with. That I agree with. Aidan says, Dan, what lineup would you pick on Saturday? Well, I'd Muric in goal. I'd say Connor Roberts right back. Jordan Bayer is meant to be back for the game, so I reckon it'll be Yalmar Ekdal and Jordan Bayer as a centre-back partnership. On the left will be Ian Matson. Midfield three of Cullen, Brownhill and Cork. And a front three of Zarori, Teller and Barnes. So that's how I'd go, but I'm not Vincent Kompany. I mean, I wear Burnley gear and wear a hat to cover my bald head. That's about as much as the similarities run, to be fair. But yeah, that's who I'd go for anyway.
Yeah, Matson's another one. I like Matson. He's a really good player. He is, and obviously, remember the first game of the season, he scored in 2 games as well. So, yeah, he's a really good player. Him. So yeah, that's definitely one of the names I think that we have to look out for as well on that side. So yeah, Warnock.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Famous face is Warnock. Yeah, famous face that you want to punch. But he loves that. He loves the fact that people want to cave his head in. He loves the fact that people are shouting. You know, that I think he said that's the one thing he misses about being. When he dies, he said, "When I die, I don't want people being all like, oh, I want a chorus of wanker, wanker as I'm going in." So,
yeah.
You know, that's what I do like that about him. I like the fact that he embraces the shit that he gets. So fair play to him. Must say as well, it is a completely sad news as well about John Motson passing away. One of the voices of football. I mean, sometimes you didn't even have to watch a game. You could be in another room. You knew it was John Motson doing the commentary. He's laid a foundation for many a commentator who's come in now and tried to not emulate what he's done, but he's got that distinctive voice and he'll be a big miss in that line of work. And I know he'd obviously given it up anyway to a degree. But yeah, our thoughts and prayers are with the family of John Motson. And yeah, may he rest in peace. Also, a personal one for me as well. Stephen Featley of S Featley TV. He's a massive Arsenal fan. And I'm not sure he'll see this video. He's currently in a coma and on end of life care. He's throughout his life had many battles with liver disease and has had many liver transplants over the years as well. So I just want to put it out there that our thoughts are with Stephen's family, his mum and his sister, and honest to God, he was opinionated. He could argue till the cows come home, but that was the passion he had regarding Arsenal Football Club. And I'm glad that he was one of the first people I got speaking to on this YouTube platform when I first started out. And we all hope and pray that he comes out, fighting fit. That's all we can hope for. And yeah, just I hope he can see Arsenal potentially win the Premier League for him. If anything, I mean, I've seen videos of Man United fans wearing Arsenal shirts because they, commended what Stephen did. And if you do want to go and show your support to his channel, check out S Featley TV and go donate to the Children's Liver Foundation, because all the money he makes from YouTube goes straight to the Children's Liver Foundation, and I think that's brilliant. So please do go show your support to that as well. Matt said Ryan's got Warnock's signature. You did, didn't you? You did.
Yeah.
Did you write above it? I make myself available for all Huddersfield Town first team games. Please sign here, and then Warnock signed it. So you could be in the starting lineup on Saturday.
I don't know. I couldn't believe it. I need to get a selfie with him at some point, but I was a bit overawed by getting the signature first. So I thought I'd just get the signature, then potentially get a selfie with him soon. But yeah, wow, amazing moment.
No, definitely. Kate's in the chat, says sending love to Stephen and his family and friends at this difficult time. He says, I remember John Motson doing his snow commentary with his sheepskin coat on, the ever famous sheepskin coat. Claret One says, what reception will Warnock get, do you think? I'll tell you what, we'll find out Saturday, but I'm sure there'll be a long chorus from three sides of the stadium coming out with the old famous W word at him. and probably many a more expletive, and he will embrace it like he's just found out he's got another grandchild on the way. He will lap it up like no tomorrow.
But wait, why don't you like Warnock? I don't understand why Burnley fans don't like Warnock. I don't understand.
Because when Stan Turnant was manager of Burnley, him and Neil Warnock never got on. Never got on at all. He didn't get on with Neil Warnock, and he also didn't get on with who his assistant was at the time. I forgot what he was called. Kevin Blackwell. He didn't get on with Kevin Blackwell either. And there was rumours that apparently after one game, Turnant turned around to Kevin Blackwell and clocked him. And just, yeah, there's always been a spat between that. And obviously, as fans of a football club, you back your manager, you back your own. If they hate him, you hate him. It was sort of one of those. For me, I think Warnock, a little bit like Robbie Savage now, sort of, he's all right. You know, you tolerate him. But back in the day, I just thought, you arsehole, I want to get one over on you. Now that we're coming up against him again, that's it. I'm very sceptical about what we'll see. But no, Ryan, really do appreciate you coming on. I've got to ask you the penultimate question. Score prediction.
Oh, no, Dan. I don't.
So I'll put it to you this way. How many goals do you think we're going to get against you? I'm all joking. You let us know the score prediction. You let us know what you're going for.
No, you know what? I just want to be positive because it's been positive since what, and I don't want to I don't like doing score predictions, Dan, but I'm going to agree with Aidan that obviously said in the chat earlier. I think that we're going to nick this and surprise you because I feel like a lot of I'm not just saying. No. Oh no!
You food cheat, Kate. You food cheat. To be fair, she did buy him for herself, but I said you've got to let me try him. She let me try 2 of them. There's only 8 in there, so really I shouldn't whinge. But for people listening on the podcast platforms, Kate's just put in the chat that she's eating all those Kinder Bueno egg things that taste like Ferrero Rochers without the big giant nut in the middle. But
oh dear.
It was. I can't believe she's done that.
You'll have to get your own then. But
I cannot believe that. Scandalous.
So yeah, like I say, a lot of Burnley fans seem to be saying it's going to be easy, but I don't think you should be saying that realistically. Well, you know, so
I agree with you.
And Warnock certainly will come with a plan, and I feel like it may be another masterclass by the legend himself. So I'm going to go 2-1 to us. Maybe I'll be the joke of it at full time when it's maybe a completely different scoreline. But I'm just going with what I feel. It's going to be a tight game, and I think that we're very organised at the back as well now. So yeah, I think we're going to just have a bit of joy against you this again. So we'll just have to see. But I won't be surprised if you won, and I would certainly take a draw. I would certainly take a draw right now. I'll tell you now, I would, and that would feel like a win as well. So we'll just have to see. But yeah, I'm just going to go with 2-1 because that's what my heart's saying, really, to be honest with you.
Kate, stop rubbing it in. Stop rubbing it in. It was a taste sensation. There's just no need. No need for it. Henry says 2-1 Burnley. I'm going to go for... Oh, see, I'm nervous and I'm constantly questioning myself. So I've said I want to go for, I know some of the games we've beat teams 3-0. Do I say we're going to go out and beat Huddersfield 3-0? But then I'm still also saying how much I think this is the game that we could probably balls this up. You know what? I'm going to do what I normally do. I'm not going to give my prediction because I'm doing a prediction show at 9 o'clock.
No!
So...
Oh no!
If people want to find out the prediction for Burnley Huddersfield, then tune in at 9 p.m. When I'll have Anthony on, and I'll give my prediction. Although all I'll say is I will give us. Nah, sorry, I've already put my prediction in. I've gone for a Burnley win, but if I had to choose a scoreline, I feel there's going to be late drama in this. So it's either going to be we nick it at the death, or it's like 1-1 for a good period of time, and then it could go either way. But yeah, I'm actually really bricking it just because of Warnock, That's all. Because of that flaming bloke who looks like he doesn't have any eyebrows. Flaming just he infuriates me, and it's bugging me.
Oh,
But I'm yeah, we'll see, and I'm looking forward to hopefully bumping into yourself at the cricket club, and
yeah, I'll be there. I'll definitely be there, Dan, because of course the coaches do like to be there early anyway. So I'll definitely have some time to be able to nip over and say hello, and it'll be a pleasure to meet you, definitely. So yeah.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Aidan says, "I will see you on Ryan's live tomorrow, Dan." Yes, I will be over on Ryan's channel tomorrow. Are we 6 p.m. start? Did you say?
Yeah, I need to just sort this. I need to just need to confirm it with yourself, Dan. I'm not sure yet what time, but
Yeah. No, we'll just confirm it. Whichever time's best for you. I'm free. I am free. Tom says, "I'm going Burnley 2, Huddersfield 2." Ooh, yeah. A Desmond. Yeah. A Desmond in there. And Aidan says, "The Neil Warnock effect."
Yeah, Neil Warnock effect. Come on now.
Just want to say as well, before we wrap this up, as Kate says there, remember to give this video a thumbs up and sub if you are new here. We are on the road to 1K. I know that we get a lot more traction with the watch-alongs, but like I say, we try and get opposition fans on for every single game twice a season. So please do show your support. I say, if you are listening on podcast platforms, then it's already on. But this will be to people watching, if they are only catching bits and bats, that this will be available as of the next 10-15 minutes. Hopefully I'll get it uploaded, and you'll be able to do that, and I will put a post out tomorrow just to let you all know that it's there, it's available, it's at your leisure. Feel free. Kate says, "Poor Ryan having to meet Daniel. You don't know what you're getting yourself into."
Oh, okay.
Cowbag. You absolute cowbag. Who's going for a Burnley win, so I'll let her off. And Henry has a podcast at 6 tomorrow. What are you talking about on yours, Henry? Let us know what you've got going on your channel as well. Ryan, give your channels a good old plug again, so people can still know where to go check you out.
Yeah, so first of all, thank you for having me on. It's been great. I really enjoyed it as always. But you can find me on my channel, Huddersfield Town Fan TV on YouTube. Like I said, on the road to 300 subscribers. I do plenty of different content. I'm trying to add some new content in the future as well. So hopefully, just keep improving my videos and doing the best I can, really. So yeah, come and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. And then also my socials, Instagram and Twitter, HGFTV8 as well. So give me a follow on those. But yeah, thank you for having me, and appreciate you having me on here.
No, anytime. Always great to have you on. As it says there, please do go check out the links to Ryan's channel. They are in the description of this video. So please do. Other than that, as we said, drop a like. If you haven't subscribed already, it's free. You don't have to get your wallet out, your purse, your fanny pack, your whatever you carry, your loose change in your back pocket, anything. Please do just hit that subscribe button and help us get on the road to 1K. And we will always have time for you in the comments as well. So please do come along and get involved. Other than that, roll on Saturday. May the best team win.
Yeah, the best team win. Come on, then.
it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting. As I say, after that, result that you got against Birmingham, on pins until 3 o'clock, and then I'll just be G'd up for the game. Thanks again, Ryan. Really do appreciate it. People, please show your support. We'll be back, as I said, 9 o'clock. So literally in half an hour's time, we'll be back to give you the EFL prediction show, going through every single game this weekend with myself, Anthony, and Kate in the chat, who will be giving their predictions. Get involved, get yours in as well. And let's have a bit of fun. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. Take care. And the Red Rose always wins.